So Pinterest is up after earnings report. How long has that been since that happened? It's up around 8.3% pre-market. Now, obviously during the day, that might change extremely fast. So in this video, we're going to talk about their recent earnings. As always, at the end of the video, I'm going to touch on a couple of points that were mentioned during the earnings call. Now, in the last couple of quarters with Pinterest, the main reason why the stock has always continued to go down is because they were losing monthly active users. Now, in this quarter, as you will see, although they lost users year over year, they increased quarter over quarter a little bit, and it seems that, well, it might just be enough to satisfy this market. So let's start look at the numbers. So first up, we have revenue. It's up 18%. In US and Canada, that's up 15, Europe 27, and then rest of the world, as always, triple digits, 152%. Now, yes, it is down quite a lot quarter over quarter. Q1, generally not such a strong quarter. And as you will see later on in this video, the main reasons why is because of, well, lower traffic surge, then also higher cost to advertise, Russia, Ukraine, etc. And then obviously the main aspect of this earnings video is obviously monthly active users. Now, like I said, it's down year over year 9%. In US and Canada, it's down 13%, in Europe 12%, and then rest of the world 6%. But as you can see from Q4 to Q1, it's up a tiny bit, 2 million monthly active users extra. So maybe Q1 might be the end of the bleed. Although during the earnings call, they did give us not really guidance, but a little tip or so for the next quarter, seeing that Q2 is generally their weakest quarter, especially since people tend to go out more. They also talked about some data that they found out from Google search that, well, search for travel is now higher than in pre-COVID-19 level. So that might indicate that for the next quarter, we might actually see even less users. Just putting it out there. And I'll just put it in here already from their earnings call. They said that with respect to our Q1 engagement trends, it's worth noting that our global mobile app monthly active users, which accounts for the significant majority of our impressions and revenue, grew in the mid-single digits year over year. Mobile app monthly active users in the US and Canada were also relatively resilient, declining around 6% year over year versus 31% year over year for web-based MAUs. Sequentially, US and Canada mobile app MAUs were flat. And then, to me, a bit more important also, their younger Gen Z users were also a source of strength, growing mid-single digits year over year. And finally, shopping engagement remained relatively resilient with the number of pinners engaging, and shopping services is growing year over year. We're going to talk about the shopping aspect in just a bit. But first, I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 free stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Now, Stock Advisor has beat the market by more than 4x. So all you have to do is go to fool.com/couch investor to get your free 10 stock picks now. All right, we're back. And now, average revenue per user, or ARPU, is also a very, very important metric, because let's say they don't grow MAUs anymore. For the company to make more money, that metric here should grow. Average revenue per user. Let's say they stick with 430 million. If that number continues to grow, the business will do fine, and you as a shareholder will do well as well. Obviously, you would want both metrics to go up, but average revenue per user, as you can see, has been going up and up each and every quarter. This quarter, it has taken a hit. They're also reinvesting a lot. We're going to talk about all of that in the call aspect. So ARPU grew 28% year over year in the US and Canada, 31, in Europe 40, and then rest of the world 164. But then again, it's very, very insignificant. Only 8 cents this quarter, down from 11 cents in the previous quarter and back to Q3 2021. Now, as for non-GAAP costs and expenses, they are increasing those. So as you can see, it's up in every metric here. They're reinvesting a lot on their platforms, whether it's for engagement, whether it's for creators, shopping, algorithm changes, etc. They're investing a lot in their platform for future growth. Now, we talked about that in the past already with Pinterest, and that's the fact that they tend to move slowly. Now, if Pinterest was owned by Shopify or by Facebook, it would have probably been much bigger by now, but they tend to move extremely slow. That's why shopping, the real shopping experience, is still not actually there. They've been making partnerships with Shopify, with Instagram, now more recently with WooCommerce. They have it all on the platform already. Like, the idea is there, catalog, shoppable pins, etc. But why does it take so long to implement a checkout? Why does it take so long to come up with the idea with Pinterest API? That means that you get prices, updates, availability, etc. all in real time. Because before, you went on Pinterest and there was a product for sale, but you didn't really know what the price was because, well, whether it was updated or not, or whether it was in inventory or not, you wouldn't know. That has obviously changed, but why does it take so long? Now, we're going to talk about the Your Shop in just a bit, but first, a couple of last things. Well, that's weird to say. Adjusted EBITDA, 13% this quarter in margins, that is. That's down 8% year over year. And then as for guidance, the current expectations is that Q2 revenue will grow around 11% year over year. They expect their non-GAAP operating expenses to grow around 10% quarter over quarter in Q2. And for the full year, they expect now non-GAAP operating expenses will grow between 35 to 40% year over year as they continue to ramp up their investment in their native content ecosystem, core pinner experience, shopping, and headcount across research and development and sales and marketing. Now, if you remember before, that operating expenses was more around 40%, so it has decreased a little bit. The main reason why is because they saw a small start to the year, so that's going to impact the full year, but they do tend to spend what they intended to spend. It's just going to take a little bit longer. And they say here that as of April 25, 2022, their US and Canada MAUs were 94 million and their global MAUs were 432.9 million. So basically a little bit flat. But then again, like I said before, they expect June to be a weaker month. Well, they expect next quarter to be a weaker quarter because it usually is a weaker quarter. And maybe now people will tend to travel even more and spend less time inside and more time outside. For Pinterest, it's all about planning. Maybe what people are going to do is take their plans and actually do them. And now let's go over a couple of things they mentioned during the earnings call. So first up is the lower search traffic. And that's mainly because, well, that's what they say, because of a change in Google's algorithm, which has impacted them. Now they do plan to invest heavily on that front so that in the future, if that happens again, they will be prepared. Second of all is obviously the main excuse that most companies are using this quarter, and that's the war between Russia and Ukraine that has impacted them, as well as more people, well, are maybe more interested in the news than getting inspired in building a new bedroom or something like that. But they did also say that the number of video idea pinners is up 15 times year over year, and this content is resonating with more and more people as they continue to see that pinners who follow multiple creators visit Pinterest more often compared to those who do not, which makes complete sense because if you go on a platform and you don't really know any creators to follow, why would you come back? Now, as Pinterest focuses more on helping creators, well, be a bit like influencers, it makes sense that people will come back and see what the heck is happening there. And then with regards to shopping, so they continue to invest in making Pinterest a shopping destination, finally, and we've taken some big steps there. We've launched the Pinterest API for shopping to help merchants and give pinners a real-time information about the products that they see from pricing to availability. They also started beta testing Your Shop, which uses their unique ability to understand taste and preferences to deliver an experience for each pinner that personalized to them. This work is fundamental to their vision, so users can not only come to Pinterest with the expectation of being inspired, but also know that they can turn those inspirations into reality with purchases. Now, we've talked about that in past videos, how good Pinterest as a platform is in converting leads. If you want to check those out, do so maybe in top right corner or just search Pinterest on the channel. When you go on Pinterest, you go on Pinterest with your wallet half open already because you are going there to look for ideas. If it's for a birthday, a wedding, restorations, whatever, you go there to get inspired. And then if you have the option to buy everything you need already on the platform, obviously you're going to do it. Why then see a great idea and then you have to go on Amazon or on Etsy or whatever on Google and search for the product? Would have been much easier if you go on Pinterest, you get inspired, you build your own room, let's say, everything goes into the cart, the shopping bag, and then you just hit buy and that's it. To me, this has taken way too long. Now my position is full. I don't buy on buying or selling anymore. I'm just here to wait and see what happens with the company. I'm very happy to see that there is some major advancement on that front, but obviously it's going to take some time. And by the looks of what I heard on the earnings call, we're probably going to see the effects later on this year. So that will be it for this video. Obviously, do let me know down in the comments below if you still hold Pinterest shares, if you bought, if you sold, leave it all down in the comments below. You can expect a Roku video same time as the Teladoc one. If you haven't watched the Teladoc one, it's going to be in the top right corner. And if you enjoyed this type of videos, maybe leave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button, and I see you all in the next video. Bye.